So then the next question is, you have your site, it's now search engine friendly, it's got the keywords in, it's got the content and all that, very good, it's most likely going to get picked up. There are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of websites out there. How is Google going to say, okay, 2 sites, they have about the same amount of content, maybe they have about 50 pages, let's say they even have 100 pages, very relevant content, measuring similar here, as far as the actual site itself. What's going to make one site go a little bit further than the other? What's the next determining factor outside of the content within the site itself? So there's some external factors that it also measures. First thing is link popularity. What other sites are pointing, how many other sites are pointing to that site for Google to say, okay, not only is it relevant, but I see that all these other sites are linking to it, so they think it's important, so we have to think that it's a little bit more important too. But it's not just about going and getting hundreds of links to your site and possibly signing up to something that could be like a link farm and could be considered spam, in which case Google would actually delist you and take you off the search engine, so you got to be careful of not doing that. But you also have to look at the link reputation of those incoming links and make sure that they are either industry-related, content-related, reputable, and so forth. So there's, yeah.
I have a question. Is it true that if you have a site linking to you, but then you also link back to that, it cancels it out?
So that's a new thing that's being said. To some extent, if that's the only type of linking you have, and it's just if you have one link and they link back and that's the only type of linking, it will cancel it out. If you have a lot of relevant links pointing to you that you're not linking back to, but you have some that you're swapping, it won't cancel it out. So it's very detailed. You'd be surprised the algorithms that they have. So if that's the only type of linking you're doing, not a good idea. If it happens to be, it won't cancel it out completely, but you really need to look at building links to you that are really relevant and that you're not necessarily linking back to them. And sometimes it involves like paying, like getting a listing in a directory and doing other things that are industry related, or if you're going to be at a conference and they put a link to your site. Like, there's a lot of ways that you can build those links. I'll touch on them right now. So the other thing is link relevance, right? So if you build a bunch of links again to your site, but they're completely unrelated, and all of them are unrelated, that again might look like in the blacklisting area. Also, if you have a new site, it takes Google time to pick you up and figure out that you even are on the web. The way you can get picked up faster is if you do some submissions to like Yahoo or online business directories, Yelp. These are paid listings, they're not very expensive, but they actually help get you listed right away. And then once you're listed, Google actually acknowledges that Google crawls those sites anyways, sees a link to your site and says, okay, this is a new site that I have to get indexed, right? Then once it crawls your site, then it starts measuring all the other components within your site and all the other external factors. Another big thing in this area of linking that I highly recommend, that is now becoming more important to build into your SEO mix, is keyword-focused press releases that are sent out through the newswire or through other PR, online PR wires. So that's a great way also, again, to build links, developing PRs, getting them listed. Google crawls them, usually it crawls them, but if you can actually integrate keywords into those as well, and then it sees a link using keywords that you're using back to your site through a reputable PR wire, then again, that also boosts your rankings and boosts your link popularity and link relevance and so forth. And last but not least in the external factors is social media marketing. This is becoming huge and very necessary. So we're talking about Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, any ways that you can incorporate the social media marketing into your overall marketing plan. The number one, social media marketing on itself, outside of SEO, is becoming really important to the media mix, because it's another way that people are engaging with companies, with friends, that they can spread word of mouth, referrals, and so forth. But if you use it appropriately as well, it helps with your SEO campaigns. And if you sometimes doing your searches, you'll find that the YouTube videos are actually even coming up higher than websites. Same thing goes for sometimes a LinkedIn profile or Facebook. Also, because those are things that are being updated constantly, or that are being viewed more frequently, and all that helps the search engine, the search engine optimization process. Last but not least, there's the monitoring, tracking, and adjusting your campaign. you do everything, but it really is important that, number one, you install Google Analytics, just like Mel talked about, and review your web logs, your Google Analytics, see what's working, what keywords are actually driving the traffic, what keywords are not driving traffic, learn why, what is doing ranking reports, what is being found highly on search engines, what's not being found, why not, what do we need to do to those pages that are not getting ranked, how competitive they are, and what are your competitors doing with those sites that is getting them higher, and trying to incorporate something that will give you that advantage. So throughout the process, on at least a monthly basis, you should be monitoring, adjusting, and enhancing your SEO campaign based on those results. So pretty much that summarizes the SEO process, what it takes to get found. As you can see, it's not a simple thing as, I want a website, get it up, and why am I not found on the search engines, especially if you have over 8 million companies that are ranking, trying to rank for the same phrase. It is quite a process. It's not as quick as PPC. Again, it takes time. It takes a few months to build up that campaign, to get it listed, to keep it going and keep competing with what's up there. But I can tell you, it is one of the best long-term investments you can make for your company, for your marketing strategy. It will pay off. It definitely will pay off. Let me put it this way. I've never had a company who's invested in search engine optimization and has regretted it or has been disappointed about it. Anybody who's put efforts towards it has gotten the results and has always been completely satisfied, because you will get results, and you will get results way beyond the time that you have invested in it for years to come.